Bienvenue ChangeNOW, and welcome to the first pitching session of today. My name is Matthias, and it is my utmost pleasure, and I'm really excited to be here with you and introduce to you in this session 10 fantastic entrepreneurs and changemakers in the field of ocean and water. Water is in us, it's around us, it's as vital to human survival as the air that we breathe. Yet, we neglect it and we waste it. The following 10 entrepreneurs and changemakers are going to show us ways how to stop that and how to pay the respect that water deserves. Before we go to them, 3 minutes each, I want to introduce to you a wonderful jury, and I will give you each about 20 seconds, so it's really just your name and who you represent, and we then kick off the pitching session. Welcome again, and maybe let's start with the gentleman on the right.
Okay. Good morning, I'm Pierre Doron. I'm the Executive Director of Cleantech Open France, who is an ecosystem specialized on cleantech since 2010, with 660 startup scale-ups and 100 partners, both public and private.
Thank you. Welcome.
Good morning, my name is Heike O'Donnell. I'm founder and managing director of Kronos Kairos Consulting. We specialize in corporate finance advice for impact tech companies, and I'm also an investor, and I'm very happy to be here and looking forward to hear a lot of interesting pitches.
Wonderful. Good to have you.
Hello everyone. I'm Maud. I work at Google. I'm program manager for a program called Google Startups for Sustainable Development. And we encourage for-profit and impact entrepreneurs through their sustainable development goals. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Hello everyone. I'm Aurélie, General Delegate of Respect Ocean. It's a French network. We have more than 90 startups and companies involved in the preservation of the ocean.
Wonderful. Good to have you.
Hi guys, my name is Gary Faure. I'm a serial entrepreneur and private investors. I'm also LPs in 2 funds, and I start my career in water management. Thanks a lot.
Very fitting. Welcome.
Hi everyone, I'm Melanie. I'm an investment director at Swen, especially working for Swen Blue Ocean. So at Swen we manage 8 billion, and Swen Blue Ocean is the fund dedicated to the ocean with an impact-driven thematic. So we invest in solutions against overexploitation, pollution, and climate change with 170 million euros.
Wonderful. It's great to have you, and thank you for contributing your expertise and your questions in the Q&A section. Now, we are going to go on a very exciting 1-hour journey together through the world of water and ocean, and I want to tell you a bit about the travel schedule. We're going to have 5 pitches and then a Q&A for you to ask your questions, and then another 5 pitches following that with another Q&A, followed by some opportunity to network. We're going to go 3 minutes each, and the esteemed pitchers that I see over here waiting for their turn, you are going to have 3 minutes, and there's going to be a gong at the end of it. And unfortunately, because we have 6 or 7 of these sessions until tonight at 6 p.m., I have to be quite strict. So please don't take it personal. If I approach you slowly, it is a sign that you should start to come to the end. Okay, and without further ado, again, I'm very excited to have you all, and I can't wait to start it, and that would be with Sabine Stuyve from Hydraloop. Welcome, the stage is yours.
Did you know this morning you flushed away 80 bottles of this precious water down the drain? Pure drinking water became wastewater within minutes. And we all do this every single day. But we cannot keep flushing away our future, because already our world now is running out of water. And why is this happening? Because of climate change, population growth, and urbanization. And it's increasing water scarcity and drought all over the world. And it's not only the global south that is suffering, billions of people are suffering from water scarcity and drought, also in the global north. And the social and economic impacts are absolutely massive. So we have to change the way we use water. Using water twice is the smart alternative. And we've created the Hydroloop water recycler that cleans your shower water so it can be reused for toilets, laundry, garden and pool. And with the Hydroloop, you can save 80 liters per person per day. Now you may think, yeah, but 80 liters, that's nothing. But I'm not just talking about you and me saving some water at home. The bigger picture is that every single detail in our lives depends on water. And by using water twice, we are not only saving water, we are enabling all of us on this planet to live. And I'm not talking about the future, I'm talking about right now. We've won numerous awards for our stylish and unique products. They are self-cleaning, IoT connected and fully automatic, with easy installation, low cost of ownership and smartphone app. Now, since 2017, we've been selling our products in over 35 countries to consumers and businesses. And we created a whole product line for tiny houses, villas, hotels, sports clubs and more. We've been building the brand with passionate teams in Europe, the Middle East, America and Australia. And we work with a global partner network of over 130 partners. It is our vision that within 10 years' time, every new house or building will have to have a water recycler in it. Standard. And that Hydroloop will have become global market leader with Hydroloop products, private label and through licensing deals. We've built the foundation of the company and now we are ready to extend and expand. To date, we've raised 23.4 million, but we are raising another 3. So today, may I invite you to join the water revolution and invest in Hydroloop so that not just us, but the whole wide world can act wise and use water twice. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Sabine. You will have the chance to answer some questions after the other pitches. Thank you, wonderful. And thanks for going first. I know that's always a little extra nervosity there. Okay, up next is Michael Henriksen from Wavepiston. And you're going to see this is quite high pace, so it's going to be one after the other. I hope you're ready. Michael, stage is yours.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Hello, my name is Michael Henriksen. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Wavepiston, and we are bringing wave energy to the world. Why do we need wave energy? Well, wind and solar are fantastic resources, but due to the intermittency, we also need other types of resources. And wave energy, which is unique characteristics, is a complementary resource to wind and solar. Wave energy is a very reliable and stable and very available all around the world. It is time-wise shifted compared to wind, and the waves also roll at night, and it's a very predictable renewable energy source, which makes it a very good complement to wind and solar. So why has this not been exploited yet? Well, because it's difficult going offshore, but we have the competitive solution. This is the Wavepiston string. On this we mount these sails. They drive pumps when the waves pass by. These sails push back and forth, pump in seawater, and then it increases the high pressure, the seawater, high pressure seawater that goes to a conversion station. It could be offshore, onshore, and there we have two methods: either with a standard hydropower turbine for power generation, or with a standard reverse osmosis system for desalination. So, in the end, we have two products: electricity and water. One, the other, are both at the same time depending on the customer needs. We have now our full-scale demonstration system in the Atlantic Ocean. We are in parallel, we're testing, demonstrating both power production and desalination, and we're in parallel entering partnerships with sort of key players in the project developers and the operators. And to reach this point, we have raised 13 million euro. 5.3 of this has been equity. And right now, we are raising 1.5 million. 500,000 is already committed. And we're using that for the runway until the first quarter of 2025. There, we need to, until that stage, we need to demonstrate, we need to have time series of data. And in parallel, of course, continue our technology development and preparing these commercial farms. That is then leading us to the next stage, of which we've already secured 6 million of non-dilutive grants, but we're also raising again 20 million euro. It's a strategic raise, and there we have strategic investors lined up to join us when we are there. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Michael. Very exciting. Next up is Michael from UDUMA. Stage is yours. Welcome.
Thank you. Good morning. I'm also Michael. So we keep on with the Michaels. So my question is, do you believe that real water services are possible in rural Africa? Now, do you believe that real water services can be sustainable in rural Africa? And then now on top of it, do you believe that they can be profitable in such an environment? At UDUMA, we believe we can turn an historical problem of water access into an opportunity. We believe we can make those services sustainable by making them profitable. We believe that if people can make their living out of their activities, they will simply continue doing it. So the way we do it is by providing simple and effective water supply that people are willing to pay for. First, because they are convenient. Thanks to technologies, they are easily accessible and user-friendly. Secondly, they are reliable, always available, and the quality is being checked. And thirdly, affordable. It's less than $2 per person per year. And it works. We started in Burkina Faso with water pipe system. It took us 7 years to break even, but we did it. The next step was expanding to consider smaller infrastructures such as hand pumps or solar station. Today, we are supplying 1.5 million people in 4 countries. It has been difficult, and sometimes very difficult. Due to culture, social habits, free water pushed by some NGOs, and competition with unsafe water. But we've learned a lot. We've learned 4 important points. Is that preliminary conditions are a must, a key to success. First is institutional framework. Second is scale. Third is cross-subsidy between profitable and unprofitable sites. And the last one is effective social awareness. Today, 1 out of 4 water points in Africa are out of order. And the population growth expected is expected to be the highest in the coming decades. So we need to change now and to make sure that every new infrastructure in water has a professional management system attached to it. This is what UDUMA is proposing. Although UDUMA model is quickly developing, we are looking for support because we have difficulties in challenging areas. So therefore, we are actively looking for catalytic grant, smart subsidies, and public investment. If you are looking for impact in water, I'm happy to talk to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Michael. Next up, we have Aaron from Ashored Innovations. And again, the stage is yours, and we're looking forward to hearing what you have to say.
Good morning. My name's Aaron Stevenson. As the CEO of Ashored Innovations, it's my great pleasure. There we go. It's my great pleasure to introduce you to our company. I'm sure many of you have seen statistics similar to these in the past, but in 2017, these numbers became very realistic to the harvesters on the east coast of Atlantic Canada, when 17 of North Atlantic right whales died as a result of marine animal entanglements or ship strikes, and a further 18 were severely injured. Now, not only is that an extreme cost to our to the fish or to the marine mammals. It's also a big issue for harvesters. So one of the protective measures that Canada did to help prevent these from happening again was institute a program of zone closures where when a whale is seen in a particular area, they close it to fishing and providing the harvesters with just 48 hours to get their gear out of the water. So as you can imagine, not being able to fish is quite a problem for those harvesters. So this is Mark. This is one of the harvesters that we've been working with over the last few years. Last year, when his zone was closed, he called us up and to see what we had in stock, ordered 6 of our systems, and was able to go back out and close out his season. So as you can see, he was pretty excited about this. So the way that our system works is we take the ropes and the buoys that are normally extending from the bottom to the surface and contain that in a cage down next to the traps. This effectively removes the lines from the water column, preventing marine animal entanglement, but also eliminating a lot of the situations that often lead to ghost gear and marine debris as well. And so when the fishers are back to retrieve their catch, sends an acoustic signal down, which activates as a release, and they're able to recover their harvest as usual. So each of these closures is quite expensive or quite costly to harvesters, as you can see. There we go. But we know it works. With over 1 million pounds of snow crab now landed during zone closures as a result of this, we know it works, and we know that we're best, and we also know that we're the preferred solution for harvesters. Next on the front for us this year is gathering sensors and gear innovation.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You can hand it on. Thank you, Aaron, from Ashored Innovations. And next up, we have Eylül from PALGAE. Stage is yours.
Hello, everyone. I'm Eylül Erş, CEO and the co-founder at PALGAE from Turkey. 18 million hectares of mulch film are used every year. It regulates temperature and humidity of the soil, increase the harvest and water efficiency. However, the plastic-based ones pollute soil and the habitat. As a solution to this, we used to treat microalgae to treat the agricultural wastewater and harvest the algae biomass. After the cleaning process, we turn this biomass into the mulch film raw materials. PALGAE knows the farmers' heavy burdens of burden of the workload, and our product is producers make to easier their workload. Actually, it degrades in the soil, reduce the water usage, and provides harvest efficiency with feeding by the soil, includes the nitrogen, phosphorus, and salt as it already contains. 5-year global compound of growth of the biodegradable mulch film is 10%. We can make a big difference in a small volume of the $13 million market, actually. For every 1 ton of algae produced, we can capture 2 tons of carbon dioxide and produces 1.5 oxygen. As a result of this, we can directly confirm the SBTi targets and SDG targets with the scopes 1 and 3. PALGAE products has the same features of its competitors, plus it differentiates itself by offering the natural biofertilizer for the soil. We have a talented, dynamic, and the youth team. In a year, we got funded from the AIT food program. We have already got a prize and the grants from other accelerator programs. And we have already done the first our POC with the Faber-Castell, and it was perfect. And now we are trying to produce in a large scale a mulch film to our farmers, and we want to expand our self-impact around Europe and the MENA region. And now we are raising the money. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much. Wonderful. That was exactly 3 minutes. Wonderful, Eylül. Thanks for your presentation. Okay, we're moving to a little bit of a Q&A, and for that I would like to ask the 5 people who've just pitched to join me on stage again. And maybe we can try and group ourselves in this line, the closest to this field here in the middle, please. So maybe 2 on one side and 3 on the other, if possible. Sorry. And as close as possible so they can film us. Thank you. Okay, and with that, I would like to look at you, esteemed jury, and see if you had any questions for either all of them or specific pitches.
One question for Sabine. Regarding the product you are manufacturing, what is the sourcing, and is there any eco-conception for the manufacturing of the product?
Yeah, we're manufacturing in the Netherlands, by the way, and I can tell you more about it, but I'll answer your question. So, of course, the tanks are made from PE. We're looking at making it from recycled PE, but then the problem is the only color is dark gray. And because we have a consumer product, you know, this is now something in consideration. But the product has almost an endless life, because every single part of the product, so all the valves and everything that is inside it can be changed, with a program. So basically, we are still looking to do better. But one of the things that we've been doing, because when we ship these units all over the world, that has a high carbon footprint. So now we have created decentral assembly lines. So anywhere in the world we can build these units now with local people. So we have reduced the carbon footprint tremendously. But the PE, it has to be very strong. So that is still something we can improve. But for the rest, everything is fully upcyclable in the system.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Question over there.
Yeah, again for Sabine, how do you deal from a customer point of view in terms of ROI between energy used by your machine and the price of like water getting out of the tap?
Yeah. The price of water is in most places still quite cheap, but the only problem is that it's becoming a lot scarcer, so the price will go up. And the system hardly uses any energy, so it's not an energy consumer. A system for a family of 4 uses 175 kilowatt hours, 175, 200, which is a light bulb. So that is absolutely nothing. So it doesn't save only water, it reduces your wastewater also with 45%. So you save water, you reduce your wastewater, and it hardly uses energy. And in northern countries where winters are cooler, it actually saves you energy. It actually saves you 600 kilowatt hours, and it will only use 200 kilowatt hours. And ROI depends on the water price. It's increasing everywhere. So, for example, in Denmark, it's between 4 and 6 years. In Germany, between 5 and 7. With me in the Netherlands, still, it's 10 years. But let's not only look at ROI. Water is a prime resource. Did I answer correctly?
Because we're short on time, I would suggest that we maybe give the others a chance as well. But thank you. I hope it answered the question. Any others?
Yeah, I have a question for PALGAE. Could you elaborate a little bit the difference and especially the advantages of your product compared to the other bio-based products, and also in terms of pricing?
Yeah, actually the pricing is the same actually. We are trying to reduce our product price, but on the other hand, yes, there is a lot of products in the market, biodegradable mulch film, especially the bigger companies. But our product feeding the soil with the containing the nitrogen, phosphorus, and the salt, because the microalgae in the growing section eating the nitrogen, phosphorus, and it it including in their cells these things, and so that's why they are using as a biofertilizer during the degradation. They feeding the soil.
Thank you. Yeah, please.
Hello, I have a question for Wavepiston. Your technology provides both electricity and desalination. Can you take us how your technology differs in terms of desalinization compared to the other existing technologies?
Yes. So what we do, we produce high-pressure seawater. That's our specialty. And the reverse osmosis system is exactly the same as any other reverse osmosis system. The only problem is with normal reverse osmosis, you need a lot of energy to increase the pressure of the seawater before they push into the membranes in the reverse osmosis system. We come with high-pressure seawater, with a high-pressure pre-filter going into the standard reverse osmosis system. So it's the same coming, from the high-pressure seawater into reverse osmosis is standard.
Wonderful. Thank you. Yeah.
Hi, I have also a question for PALGAE. Can we have more information of the method you use to calculate the carbon capture figure?
Actually, it's a dynamic photosynthetic mechanism, so it is already proved in the literature. The algae is making a photosynthesis more 50 times more than trees, so that's here the calculation. If we are producing 1 kilogram of the algae, we can easily capture the 2 kilograms of the carbon dioxide. And during this process, approximately 1.5 actually, produces the oxygen. It's a mathematical calculation.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, you all have great projects, but I will ask a question to Michael. Can you explain a little bit more what you need exactly, and how do you compete also with NGO who provide free water?
So I will start by the second question. We compete somehow, or we coordinate with working hand in hand with government to try to coordinate the action so that there is no competition as such that is being created. The objective is to have people to have access to water in a sustainable way. And what was the first question again?
What is your need? What do you need? What do you need?
Yes, sorry, very important. We are developing in semi-urban areas and with high density of population. It's working quite well because there is a good return because the consumptions are high. It's more challenging in very isolated areas. But the idea is to be able to provide water to everybody. So there is this idea of cross-subsidy between profitable large sites with high density to be able to supply water to others. But you need to have this balance. And we are actually having challenges running these very low areas. So we are looking for support financially, subsidies, grants, result-based. If people are looking for impact, we have several partners already, but we are looking for more to go more at scale and to develop in the areas we are already operating.
One last question, maybe?
I have a question for Ashored. So I'm not a specialist, but I understand that these cages are at the bottom of the ocean. I suppose not all the fish are at the bottom of the ocean. So is your solution only for species that are really close to the bottom then?
Yes, that version of the solution is primarily focused on lobster, crab, octopus, those types of fixed trap or fixed gear type fisheries. And we have an exhibit just right over there, and I can show you all about it if you'd like to come over and take a look.
Thank you. Will do.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And with that, we conclude the first of two parts of the Pitches in the Water and Ocean session. You will have the chance for more networking with the jury members and other guests after the next 5 pitches in the networking area. But for now, thank you so much for your time and your great work. Thank you. Wonderful. Welcome everyone who has joined us in the last few minutes. We are halfway through the first pitching session of this day here at ChangeNOW around the topic of water and ocean. We're going to have 5 more entrepreneurs and changemakers pitch their solutions in just a moment. They have about 3 minutes each, followed by a Q&A at the end of the 5 presentations. And without further ado, I'd love to ask Alexandra from FinX to the stage. Your time to shine.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'm Alexandra. I represent FinX, and I'm very pleased to be here in front of you today. At FinX, we prepare the revolution of nautical propulsion. You know, mankind has a lot to learn from nature, and surprisingly, it has created propellers for boats instead of fins. At FinX, we replace propellers for engines with an undulating membrane that imitates the movement of marine animals. So today we enter the market with two products. The first one, already industrialized, is this one, a small power, 2 kilowatts, totally safe, easy to maintain, and easy to use. It's inspired from the jellyfish. The second one is under development, and it will be inspired from caudal fins of whales. Look at that. The first FinS is already industrialized, and we do it in Paris and industrialize in Normandy. It's 2 kilowatts, and it's totally safe. And made in France, of course. The second one will be showcased this summer for the Olympics. And the two have membranes. The second one, you can see, has 2 membranes, and it will be already powered by hydrogen. And it's inspired from caudal fins of whales. Look, here you have 2 videos. As you can see, it's better for you to know the movement of the membranes. The first one for the fin S, and the second one here of the fin E with 2 membranes undulating in oppositions. All right, so today we are the offices are in Paris. We have 30 people. We have our industrial line in Normandy, and for all that we need money. That is why today we begin a third round fundraising of 20 million euros. And it will be also be good for us to address another market, the pump industry for the fluid management. So we are surrounded from the beginning, now 5 years, almost 5 years, by a fantastic board, and of course Loïc Perron, that here you must probably know, the French sailor, and also Hervé Gastinel, current CEO of Ponant and former CEO of Beneteau. Well, I'm very pleased to be in front of you today. I testimony from a team of 30 people, and I can say that we are working with passion and with determination, totally convinced that the best way to preserve nature is to get inspired by it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Alexandra. Very inspiring. Next up is Felipe from Eranova. Your time to shine. Welcome.
Good morning. My name is Philippe Michon. I'm the co-founder of Eranova. Basically, Eranova, it's a company who is going to modify, in fact, the plastic industry. We want to fight with climate change. We want to protect the biodiversity. We want to reduce the dependence from fossil resources. And we want to move the industry away from current traditional plastics. This is words. How do we do that? Basically, we're going to work on macroalgae, the algae which are on the beaches. We are going to use those algae as a resource. We work with municipalities. We are based in the south of France, in Marseille. We collect those algae. We put them in raceways, big raceways. With those raceways, we're going to grow those algae. By growing, those algae are going to capture CO2. We're going to enrich the algae, we stress them, we have a patented process, and we're going to extract the starch from this algae. We're going to extract the fiber, and we're going to compound it to make a new type of resin. We're going to bleach them as well, so we remove the odor and we remove the color. And we work a bio-based resin. This bio-based resin is not biodegradable, it's recyclable. The purpose is to decarbonize the plastic industry. So we protect the environment by removing those pollutant algae. We capture CO2 by harvesting those algae, and we decarbonize the plastic industry by doing those resins. Well, we know the algae, it's a powerful tool to capture carbon. It's capturing about 10 times more carbon per square meter per hectare than forest. We do that because we are harvesting. We are onshore organization, not offshore. We have multiple awards. We are French Tech and France 2030. We've been supported by ADEME since 2016, time where the company has been created. And we have been supported and got several awards. We have several awards. We are today active on the market. We have product on the market. Our market potential is huge. The potential market of plastic is 390 million tons. We're not going to address all this market. We're going to address PP and PE market by decarbonize. I have a potential customer with this lady using for a new tank on PE. You know, today we have our pilot plant, which is in Marseille. We have raised 6 million. We're going to raise 60 million now. We are supported by European Bank of Investment, by France 2030. We have secured 55 million euros. We are looking for one last investor, a cornerstone, for a ticket about 5 to 7 million euros. Thank you very much for listening.
Merci. Merci beaucoup. And a potential collaboration I sense there between you and Eylül, a picture from the first round. Next up is Tony from Origin by Ocean. Stage is yours. Welcome.
Good morning. I'm Dr. Toni Luomaranta. I'm Impact Director of Origin by Ocean. Origin by Ocean is a biorefinery company from Finland, so up north. Our vision is reclaimed origins, and I'll tell you what it means. So our oceans are becoming green and brown, and this happens because of the causal chain, our human-caused activities on land, farming, deforestation, industrialization, leaks nutrients into the ocean. Ocean gets eutrophicated. Eutrophication again creates these harmful algae blooms that suffocate the life in the ocean and damages the livelihood of the ocean, those people who rely on ocean for their income. So huge problem. We need to reclaim the origins of oceans. How do we do that? We're going to make the chemical industry run on algae. So we use the existing chemical industry value chain, we integrate into that, but instead of crude oil, that's normally the feedstock material for chemical industry, we use these harmful algae blooms. And why chemical industry? Well, that's one of the largest industries in the world, offers huge scaling opportunity, also to scale our impact. It's the cornerstone of our quality of life, but unfortunately it's one of the biggest source of pollution we humans have created. So we need to reclaim the origins of the chemical industry, make it bio-based, biodegradable and circular. And how do we combine these two? So we have the harmful algae blooms. We have the need to make chemical industry run on algae. We combine that with our patented biorefinery technology. So our biorefinery technology works in a circular economics principle. It uses closest loop processes, no harmful chemicals there. So a regenerative value chain is the one that we create. So the solution in simple is algae-based functional ingredients to decarbonize consumer goods. And here is our product portfolio, 6 products, high value, high quality. They go in different markets, to food, to cosmetics, detergents, textiles, packaging, and so on. Many choices. And I want to share a case we did with Finnish design house Marimekko, where we replaced the oil-based ingredients in their printing process. We made it run by algae, improved the life cycle impact, got rid of the microplastics. So one product and the whole regenerative value chain. And right now, we are scaling our pilot scale facility into pre-commercial stage, and we're looking for 10 million to do that. And the pre-commercial will become profitable.
Thank you. You cannot see this, but I saw that there was 1 second left and it would have made a big gong, but he stopped right there, so perfect timing. And ALGAE seems to be quite the superstar of this morning's pitching session, and judging from the next venture's name, their winning streak might continue, and that is Project Seagrass, represented by Leanne. Welcome.
Thank you. I have to immediately correct that this is not an algae, it's a plant. But thank you. Seagrass has previously been dismissed as the ugly duckling of the marine environment. But in fact, there is beauty in a plant that sustains the lives of millions of people. In fact, this marine plant contributes to most of the targets within 16 of the 17 global Sustainable Development Goals. And just a single hectare of seagrass can provide habitat for 28 million invertebrates and around 8,000 fish. It can cycle the nitrogen of 9 people and trap the annual emissions of approximately half an annual average petrol car. The problem is that globally, seagrass cover and health is in decline, and along with it go all of the benefits this habitat can provide. The good news is that recovery is possible, and we've identified pathways towards net gain of seagrass through collective action. And Project Seagrass is in a unique position to coordinate and support this action. We're the world's only dedicated, globally facing seagrass organisation. We're a commercially minded organisation working with industry, government, philanthropy and others to help solve some of the world's biggest problems. And we're amongst and collaborate with some of the world's best scientists in different fields, which is important because seagrass is important in its own right. However, it is part of the complex jigsaw of whole planetary recovery. And Project Seagrass is unique. We've got the ambition, the facilities, the infrastructure, the scientific expertise and the equipment, as well as an amazingly dedicated team. And our team are more than just experts. We're all passionate and driven to deliver impactful support and action on the ground, from delivering science for sustainable systems to inspiring volunteers and supporting communities, building capacity with communities on the ground. And we've been working with communities across the world, upskilling for more than 20 years. We've got the technical expertise right now, but we need to be able to share that with others so that we can deliver targeted action on the ground. Because only as a connected, collaborative society will we be able to rise to the global challenges facing seagrass. Our user-friendly citizen science tool, Seagrass Spotter, facilitates this connection. Already available in 9 different languages, we've got 4,000 international seagrass scientists signed up and contributing data to this system. And we want to expand our capacity to empower more people. To do this, we need substantial investment in our Seagrass Global Challenge Fund, for which any investor would be in a very cool company, in my opinion. So invest in seagrass to invest in widespread conservation, community-led action.
Thank you. I'll put you some water there. Sorry. Wonderful. Sounds very exciting. Thank you for your presentation. Up next, and the last of the 10 in the water and ocean pitching session, is Nicolas from ProNOE. Welcome.
Hi. Hello? Yeah. Hi, I'm Nicolas, CEO and co-founder of ProNOE. At ProNOE, we remove CO2 by enhancing the biggest carbon sink, our oceans. We are a category-defining early-stage CO2 removal startup. We've received early international recognition from scientific institutions and buyers alike and have a proven track record of execution and partnership building. As you know, each year, a quarter of our CO2 emissions end up in the ocean. And this causes, first, ocean acidification, and with that disruption of marine ecosystem, and 2, CO2 saturation, meaning every year less and less CO2 is removed from the air. Our solution brings environmental benefits by locally mitigating the acidification of surface waters while restoring the ocean's natural capacity to capture and permanently store CO2 from the air. Our unique approach and technology enables us to do that in a fully decentralized, sustainable, scalable, and asset-light manner. How do we do that? Well, we target coastal industrial sites and seamlessly integrate our automated systems downstream of our operations. Our patenting process, we essentially split the water with electricity and fully neutralize the acid. We've got no byproducts, no waste, and no need for geological storage of CO2. Our process simply turns industrial return flows into less acidic, more alkaline flows, which are continuously monitored for the issuance of high-quality CO2 removal certificates. All of that within applicable regulations. We target massive existing infrastructures, and our compact add-on system enables the removal of more than 10,000 tons of CO2 per year per site. Our beachhead is the desalination industry, with a potential of hundreds of megatons of CO2 removal, and our standardized systems can be co-located at wastewater treatment plants as well as power plants, providing a clear pathway for removals at scale. We filed for our first patent and received significant support and awards. We've successfully completed our lab-scale pilots and secured a demonstration site at a desalination plant in Spain. My co-founder, Juan, is an environmental engineer and a PhD in process design with field experience in water treatment, and myself, I'm an engineer and MBA with previous experience in building industrial hardware ventures from scratch to a Series B company. So I'd like for you to join us in this voyage. We're raising 2.5 million in order to roll out our demonstrator and carry on invest on R&D on identified upgrades. Thank you for your support. We need all hands on deck. Thank you.
Thank you. You can stay with me. You can stay. To my left. I'd like to welcome the 4 other speakers to join me on stage for a little Q&A. Ideally, maybe to my right. Please. Wonderful. Can you stand here because of the camera? Thank you. Maybe a little closer. OK, good. Same procedure as last time. The jury has about 8 minutes to ask away any questions. I'd like to ask all of you to keep it short and sweet to give everyone the chance to share a little bit more insights. And off we go. First question, maybe from the middle.
OK, thank you. I have a question from FinX. I'd like to know if your technology can be retroactively applied to existing watercrafts, or is it best suited for new crafts?
Yes, good question. Thank you very much. Yes, it's the goal. For the moment, our clients are boat rental companies, sailing schools, diving schools, and also commercial shuttles for the big one, you know, the FinE. And of course, after the goal is to be applied for retroactivity for existing boats, of course. Yeah. Thank you.
Big potential market there. Yeah, please. And then to the gentleman, please.
Hi, I have a question for Project Seagrass. Do you work with
Can you speak up a little?
I have a question for local seagrass, Project Seagrass. Do you work with local communities?
Yes, we do. The way we tend to work, we do a lot of restoration work in and around the UK, but that is always with local stakeholders. The way we work internationally is that we're usually the technical advice providers addressing a question that's been raised at the ground. So yes, we do. 100%. We're not fly-in, fly-out researchers, and that's the only way it's going to work. You need that connected network of communities on the ground.
Thank you. Wonderful. Yeah?
One question for Philippe from Eranova. You mentioned the two market, PP and PE. Do you have how do you manage those two different market and products?
Well, basically, the source of, well, we manage those market, we use only, we're going to modify P and PP, but decarbonize those two products. On those two products, we can do flexible product or rigid packaging. So we have a range of about 5 to 6, and we custom-made the product each time. We are addressing the cosmetic industry as well as today we are at Intermarché, for example, for low-tech product like garbage bags. So we are already really active and on the market with those products, P and PP. But again, people are mixing all the plastic. You know, there are about 8 types of plastics. PET, PVC, polystyrene. you cannot replace everything. We replace two of those big parts.
Thank you. Very clear. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a question for FinX as well. I was fortunate enough to see your product in Düsseldorf at the booth at the show, and it's really very impressive. So congratulations. I guess the only thing that I was a bit disappointed, if I may say, is the battery. So you had an external battery, which is not very pretty and also not very efficient. Are you considering integrating that into your product?
Yes, totally, you're right. Well, today we wanted to enter the market with a small power to prove that it's possible and that it's credible. Then we enter the market with another big product, and after we will do intermediate ranges. The third one product will have an integrated battery, and it's for 2 or 3 years ahead. But yes, it's also a goal for us. But you're right, and it's something that we hear, a lot, so we totally understand. Thank you.
Thank you for the openness. Yeah?
Yeah, hi. I have a question for Preneur, Nicolas. Nice to meet you, Nicolas. I discovered your company last year in Monaco, so well done for what you are doing so far. Can you tell us a little bit more about your partnership or the Spanish company where you tried your system?
Yes, absolutely. Thanks for the question. So essentially what we do is we add an additional water treatment in partnership with industries that have an effluent to the sea. So this can be a great variety of companies, industrial plants or utility companies, wastewater treatment, power plants or desalination. At the moment, we're mostly working with desalination plants in Spain because they have the willingness to invest on sustainability is quite energy intensive, and so they have many objectives in terms of net zero and net negativity going forward, and it's also a growing industry because droughts are coming, population pressures are coming, and the desalination industry is unfortunately growing 10% a year, so it's a big use case for us.
Thank you. Yeah.
I have a question for Origin Bioshen. So what is today your capacity of production, and how do you deal with the different production line, because you have several ingredients? So do you have one production line, or do you have to differentiate the production lines?
Yeah, thank you. Good question. So far, could you repeat the first question?
What is your production capacity?
Yeah. We are in the pilot phase currently, so several hundred tons per year, but that has only been to develop the product, and now we're looking to scale it into the pre-commercial phase. So then we actually start to get the volumes that there is also already a large demand for those. And for the product line question, it's one integrated line. So one input, but in our case, we can actually use several different types of the seaweed. So we can use all the harmful invasive seaweeds input and 6 products coming out, one line. That's quite unique, and that's what we patented.
Wonderful. Any more questions at this point? If that is not the case, I would like to invite you again, including the other 5 speakers, to join us after this session in the networking area, where you can also meet the jury members. With that, I'd like to also pass you my gratitude and say thank you for your contributions. You have one last tiny role to accomplish, which is to vote for the coup de cœur. So in each session, there is the vote for the favorite pitch that gets another chance to pitch on the big stage, I believe on Wednesday. So please do that on your little note. And with that, thank you very much for your contributions and the great work that you do. We are going to be back here in just 5 or 6 minutes at 11 a.m. sharp for another session of pitches in the field of education. So if you want to, you can just stay or come back in 5 or 6 minutes. Thank you. Wonderful.